G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of Automotive Carnage. My name's DJ and today we'll be working on something a little bit different. No, unfortunately it's not the Sylvia S13 behind me. It's a Honda. It's a Honda 21, it's a Honda H2113. Yep, we got a lawnmower. Now, why a lawnmower, you might be asking, and why are we working on it today when we have so many other things we could and should be doing? Well, my friend Kevin has gone into himself into lawnmower racing over back home in New Zealand, and well, we can't let him have all the fun, so we're going to build our own Outback version of a racing lawnmower, except we're going to be doing it on a slightly tighter budget than he is. The other thing too is we're in the midst of summer, and we've got 40+ degree days, and so I can't do any hot work. So I can't do any grinding, welding, or anything like that, like I mentioned in the last episode. So I've got a diff half pulled out and almost refabricated a Hilux diff to go into the Cressida, but I can't do any of the grinding I need to carry on doing that work. So today we're going to have a look around our new Honda here and decide, does it even work? I have no idea. And can we actually turn it into a racing lawnmower? So today's mission is pull it apart. Well, actually, let's put some wheels on the front so we can actually push this car, it's not a car, it's a lawnmower, so we can push this hunk of whatever it is into the shed. So we've actually got some shade to work in because it's bloody roasting out here at the moment, but these tires are absolutely mangled, so I've got some old quad bike ones lying around. That should work. Yeah, so let's put some new wheels on the front, get into some shade, and we'll carry on from there. All right, let's get into it. Well, that went from changing the wheels to total destruction rather quickly. Yeah, let me explain my process here. So, when we took the original wheel off, we found out that the shaft is 19 millimeters and the inside of that bearing is about 16 millimeters. So those rims and tires are not going onto that car. So, onto that lawnmower. Oh, it's not a car, it's a lawnmower. Anyway, so then I decided to double check to make sure the engine even rotates, and that's when we started pulling all the fairing and the plastics off. So yes, the engine does rotate. I've got the wrong sock on, but I can't show you right now. Oh, yes, I can just go like this. There we go, so that rotates freely. We have pulled the spark plug out. With the spark plug in, we do have compression. It's very hard to turn on one of the strokes there. So that's great, so the engine does rotate for some reason. Now, something is definitely wrong with this, obviously, because I got it for free, but someone started pulling all the plastics off but didn't know how to get the steering wheel off, and so they've stopped working on it. So what I've done is just cut it off because I don't want it anyway. Weight reduction, bro. So the reason I've pulled that off is so I can chase the wiring for the starter motor back to wherever the ignition might be. Now I believe it is these cables here, but they're all the same colors. They're all black, white, and those green ones I have no idea what they're for. So it's a bit hard to distinguish what cable goes where. So off comes the fairing, so we can pull that conduit off, trace the wires to find out where the signal wire is for the starter. Also, I don't have a lawnmower or motorbike battery, so we're going to have to jimmy rig up a 12-volt car battery to these somehow and see what happens. Hopefully we don't blow the parts. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're trying to see if we can get that starter motor going. So give it a clean up so we can actually see what color the wires are, and then trace. I'm pretty sure this one, here, no, just no. Or one of these anyway is our signal wire. I just can't see where it goes to in there. And to find out where it goes, I have to take all this off. That's not what we don't want to do that. So we'll trace it to this end. Okay, now, hopefully that rambling makes sense. I don't know, I've confused myself even more now. I've never really worked on a lawnmower in many years, so this is all new, all completely new. All right, let's keep learning. Yeah, keep tracing wiring, that's where we are. I'll bring you back when we figure out where the hell these wires go, because that's not very interesting. So give me a second. Okay, get some Saki bastard in there.
This time it actually takes so long to...
Yeah. So I had to call in reinforcements because I can't remember how to work on the lawnmower. But I think we're on to a winner here. Once we figure out the wiring, we've blown quite a few fuses practicing. But now when we connect the right combination of wires, we get... and a whole bunch of start you bastard as well.
You all right?
Yep. And then we have this problem. So why didn't that fire? Oh. Kill the switch, try that. Oh, what'd you do there? Hold on, let me put some more start you bastard in it.
No, full fuse.
Ah, okay. Oh, we're down to our last 2 fuses. That's alright. Oh, you've taken that out, good.
Putting more on the shop.
I will admit, we did have this firing once off camera. And it ran for a little bit with a bit of start you bastard. I don't know why we're having issues now.
Let's see. Get
That back on properly. Yeah, that smells fresh. Heaps that right down in there.
maybe it was flooded.
Oh, yeah. Probably just flooded it again. So yeah, the major issue we're having is that the starter motor won't stop when we want it to stop. It just goes for whatever time it wants to go for. Okay?
Right?
Yep. Spark.
That was me or not.
Was that the 2 of those hitting earth that turned it off, I wonder? Okay.
But as soon as I added this, it blew the fuse.
So what if that's meant to just be constant ground?
So I don't get why. Here's the effect of it's just flooded. You know?
I think it might be because it's not even puffing out smoke at the exhaust now. With whatever crap was left in the carburetor, it's probably gummed up a bit in there. But I mean, it sounded all right the first time we had it going.
Yeah, it puffed.
It puffed quite nicely. So it just cuts out on its own accord.
Yeah, just try and give it, yeah, the old accelerator trick.
So if I hold the truck forward, because I think these springs are all a bit headed.
You right?
Where's that?
I found the intakes in here. See, there's a hole on the side.
Yep.
I'm sure that's the intake.
Spray a bunch of it in there somewhere. All right, choke on.
You right?
I think that's accelerator.
Okay.
Yep. That's a new sound.
Let's just see if you still got spark.
It was pretty weak. Oh yeah, we might be flooded.
Yep. Let's just put this in. See if we got spark.
Yep.
Might even just go again for us. Nope.
No, doesn't want to. Doesn't want to play that game.
Okay, so obviously you gotta start it and take those two apart to get spark. Let's just try that theory. You ready?
Yeah, try again. Yeah.
Okay, shove it back in.
Alright.
That's the secret, eh?
Disconnect it. So connect. We've got two white cables and that gives us our relay to work. And then got two black ones. We found one, activates the starter.
Did you know the starter motor cut out quicker?
Yes. What I was doing is I was just touching it and then letting it go instead of holding it on. I wonder if that could work as well. But yeah, then two black wires. One activates the starter and one activates the spark. Now we're finding out you connect them all to get it going and let it go to get spark. Yep, go for it. Yeah, I think a new spark plug might be.
You got one?
No. I know where there's some Ford ones
They'll do.
for a 351. They're down at the shop.
But your point is you got spark, eh?
We've got spark. It's probably not the strongest because it's spastic. It's all over the place too. Yep.
Nah, stop. Starter motor's cooking. Smoke coming off the bottom.
Oh, that's probably not a good thing.
Ready?
Hey, don't do it. We can see the smoke. That's cooking. Oi! All right, we've cooked it. All right, I guess that's all for tonight till that cools down. I suppose it's pretty hot to the touch. Oh yeah, that's cooking all right. I think a fresh bit of start, you bastard, and that in the morning, and we might have a cracker. Oh, do we even have oil? Probably check all these things before we start playing with it. Well, it's got some. It's not a good colour though. So there we go, yet another project started and not finished in a video, which kind of irritates me as well. But the cool thing about this is that we can plod away on the lawnmower when it's too hot to work on the other cars and when we can't fabricate. I don't plan on cutting or welding or doing anything too hot on this machine. So this can be our little plod along when it's just far too hot outside to do anything else. I have to say, Dad's awesome. I told him to come down and give me a hand. I didn't tell him what we're working on or anything. And he's a world of knowledge, so very, very good to have him around. So anyway, yeah, that's all for this episode of Automotive Carnage. It's a bit of a random one, I know. Probably not what any of you guys were expecting. But yeah, I say we'll plod along with this when we can't do any hot work on the other cars. I am in the process of pulling the diff out. Well, I have pulled the diff out of the Cressida and now working out how to put the new one in. That's been a huge learning curve as well, so that will be a fun one. Sylvia's making progress. I'm not filming it though because there's not too many of you guys out there who are interested in it. To the ones who are interested, I've just got to change the seatbelt in the back and then it should be all legal and ready to go over the pits. Yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Automotive Carnage. See you later.